guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie if you have not been here before, and thanks so much for watching this video. So ever since I cut my hair short, I've had quite a few requests on how I've been styling it. So today I wanted to share one of those ways, one of my favorite ways to style it, which is this little style here. This is definitely a style you can do on longer hair as well. I definitely did a version of this when I had longer hair, but I just love how it looks on short hair. There's just so much texture and so much volume. So I'm excited to share it with you guys today. Before we get started, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you have not already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. If you guys enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd so appreciate that. And leave a comment down below letting me know what else you guys would like to see from me. As always, I will definitely be sure to link all of the products that I'm using here today down in the description box. My Instagram, TikTok, Poshmark, podcast, presets, anything else? Alpha details, all that great stuff. That will also be linked down below. And I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the hairstyling. Okay, so I am starting out with freshly washed hair. I just washed it this morning, blew it out. I didn't do like any crazy like round brushing or anything like I normally do, just because I'm gonna end up curling it. So let me just go ahead and give you guys a couple products that I used when I blew dry my hair, just to kind of help with the overall style. So obviously I used a heat protectant before I started blow drying my hair, but I also started using this Kenra Platinum thickening mousse. And I will say, like, it adds a kind of like grip texture to your hair. It gives me a lot of nice volume too, and I do feel like my style ends up like extending its life, if that makes sense. It lasts a little bit longer. So I really like using a mousse before I blow dry my hair. I'm throwing things, apologies. And then I also use this Color Wow Raise the Root Thicken and Lift Spray at the roots, just to give me a little bit more lift. So the two hot tools that I'm going to be using are a 1.5 inch, no, I lied. This is a 1.25 inch Babyliss curling iron. And then I'm also using a deep barrel waver, and I will definitely be sure to link both of those tools down in the description box for you guys. And then I'm also using a heat protectant. This is my tried and true one from Way. Love this stuff. So I'm gonna start out by sectioning my hair. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to mention is, because my hair is so short, you can do this style on longer hair, obviously, but I have shorter hair, and something that I definitely recommend using is a heat protection glove. Thermal glove, I think is what they call it. Just because there are moments, especially like the very bottom layers, where it's a little dangerous. You could definitely burn your fingers. So definitely recommend using one of these if you're not used to using hot tools or you have shorter hair and it's possible that you burn yourself, because anybody who's ever been burnt by a curling iron knows it's not exactly comfy. Okay, so I'm gonna start by sectioning off my hair, and the bottom layer really doesn't matter. I'm not super careful with this hairstyle on the bottom just because you literally never see it. So for the majority of my hair, like at least the unseen parts, I am gonna be using the 3-barrel waver. And the reason I do that is because, first of all, I feel like this holds curl a little bit better. I just have noticed that throughout the years that my hair holds this type of wave better than a curling iron. And honestly, it's so much faster and easier to use than curling the entirety of your head. So that is why I mainly use this one. And there's really no like tip and trick for this part. It's like just using the tool as it's meant to be used. Gonna put on my handy dandy little glove. Why am I such an idiot whenever it comes to putting on gloves? It takes me like 5 tries to get it on my hand. Just gonna hold it for like about 5 seconds. Done. And it's fine if it doesn't look perfect, truly. If you like crimped it weird, who cares? Like I said, nobody's gonna see it. So if your hair does tend to like lose curl pretty easy, I would definitely suggest using a hairspray. So I'm gonna use this one from Kenra Platinum. Once again, it's their finishing spray. This one's like the maximum hold, but what's nice about it is it's still movable. It's not like stuck to your head. So the top layers are going to be curled, but for some reason, this piece right here will never hold a curling iron curl like it does during the day. But if you know me, I wash my hair once a week. I don't like to touch it with heat again if I don't have to. So I like using the waver on this piece instead of using the curling iron. Typically I like using the curling iron on face framing pieces, not for this piece. It's just too stubborn. And my waver is set to 180 degrees Celsius. Whatever that means in Fahrenheit, no clue. Okay, so for this next piece, instead of crimping this direction, I'm actually gonna flip this thing upside down and go the opposite way, just because it helps give it a bit more of a natural look and it doesn't feel so uniform. I feel like you also get a little bit more volume this way if you just kind of like switch it up throughout. Right, and repeating that exact same thing on this side. And I like leaving the ends out just because I feel like it looks a little messier, a little bit more undone that way. The only thing is if the ends are curling in too much, I will try to get them a little bit more flipped out. All right, now we're moving into different territory. I really only changed one thing for this next section, and that is this first face framing piece here. I'm gonna use the curling iron, but the rest of it, I'm probably gonna use the waver. Maybe I'll do like a little alternate kind of situation. So I am curling away from my face and I wrap it around once, hold it for a few seconds, and then instead of like fully letting go, I just twist it around the barrel again and then untwist and pull. I've done this method like 1,000 times on my channel, so hopefully you get it. All right, this next piece, I'm going to use the waver. There's like a little too much hair left down at the bottom, so I'm actually just gonna flip this thing around and make sure it's lined up perfectly with the waver, and then just make sure the ends are flipped out slightly. And then this last piece here, let's do an alternating situation. Let's curl this piece away from the face. And we're gonna repeat the exact same thing on this side, you know? Nothing too crazy complicated. Let me do this part a little slower. So once again, wrapping it around once, away from the face. And then, you see how I don't let go? Twist it, let out a little hair, like little give, I guess. And then untwist it and pull down. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you've never curled your hair like using this method, absolutely practice this with your curling iron turned off so you don't burn your hair. And it's just like a good way to practice it, you know? All right, we got 2 more layers to go, and this next layer, I'm going to exclusively use the curling iron. Face framing piece, so away from the face. And this piece, I'm going to curl towards the face. Once again, just kind of switching up the direction that I'm curling so that it adds a little bit more texture, doesn't feel so uniform, and ultimately it gives you a bit more volume if you kind of switch up the direction that you're styling your hair. All right, for the very top section, I like to save my bangs for last, so I just kind of like skip over that part. So I'm starting about right here, and I'm gonna start by curling away from the face once again. And this next piece, I'm going to curl towards the face. Okay, for the bangs, this is always like the trickiest part, right? So the key for me is to try and leave the heat on for like the least amount of possible. Like I wanna make sure it gets hot enough to curl, but I don't want it to be this like very exaggerated curl. And then I kind of like set it in place where I want it to kind of end up laying. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for maybe like 5-10 minutes maybe, and then we're gonna shake it all out. So, be back in a minute. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. I will say if your hair does not hold curl, like you have the hardest time keeping it curled, I would for sure say let it sit for like 30 minutes just to give yourself enough proper time to let it really, really cool. But my hair feels pretty cooled down. So next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of rake through it. And I do have some hairspray in it, so it feels a little bit stiff, but not stiff enough to where I can really shake it out. I love doing this hairstyle also because I feel like you can see the dimension and color in my hair so much more. This is what it looks like, all kind of like messed up, looking cute, but there is one last thing I like to do. I like to add a little extra dimension, so I will take one of the pieces like probably back here and just take a little piece. Usually I'll take like, I'll do this maybe like 2 different pieces of hair just on the top of my head. And I like to go back in with a curling iron. I'm gonna twist away from my face. So do the same method where I untwist it. I'm gonna untwist it and just do that one more time. So normally I'll do this like twice. With these pieces, I'll do it 3 times. And that just adds like a little more dimension in the hair, like it kind of sticks out. I'm gonna do one towards the front of my hair also. I'm gonna use a little texture spray. This is Style on Steroids, once again from Color Wow. We're gonna hit it once again with some hairspray. And here is the final look. So much volume and texture. I just think it looks so fun. And I love how it kind of falls throughout the next couple days. I will wear this hairstyle for a full week and it definitely falls a bit and there's pieces you kind of have to touch up. I've been having the best time with short hair. Just like in this moment feels so much more me. So I'm so excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little style here today. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I'd so appreciate that, and leave a comment down below letting me know what else you guys would like to see from me. I also have that kind of like curly looking routine that I do with this hairstyle where my hair is kind of like flipped over to the side. I'm definitely going to be sharing a tutorial on how I do that as well. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.